Welcome to the Beard Me That Beer podcast show. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to Pod Deck Mini number 9.
Is it 9?
Interview.
We've done 9 of these.
We have 9 of these.
9.
That means there's 9 podcast full-length episodes. Has it been 18 weeks? We are in April.
Jesus. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Going into May. Anyways.
What is time?
Irrelevant. That's what it is. So we busted out the interview deck. This is the second edition interview deck, so we don't know what that means, but this is a different deck of interview questions.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's a little more out there questions.
We are hoping that there is not any like
what's your favorite
repeated
ice cream
questions
or something.
Yeah.
Like, we want something like, what ice cream cone would you kill someone with? That's a real
What's
question.
the best
Ice
ice
cream
cream
to kill
cone
people with.
for stabbing? Yeah.
How would you murder? All right. But anyways, yeah, Pod Deck Mini. We got less than half an hour now because Sam's rambling. Sam, would you like to go first with your first interview question? We have 5 each to ask.
Are you ready?
Sam and I. Go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heart of the cards.
What is the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person?
The weirdest thing I find attractive in a person...
I gotta think about this.
I guess, I don't know. That's weird because weird is subjective.
Is it like a physical thing?
Yeah.
Is it
I think it's
is it an
open-ended,
attitude
but
kind
I
of
think
thing?
the most attractive thing about a person,
No, the weirdest thing.
the weirdest thing I find, well, it's going to be weird.
Okay,
if
then
you
continue.
let me fucking finish.
Continue.
The way that a person just is in a normal day, like how they just act in normal situations. Like Sam in normal situations is a giant goofball. And some would say like very unsocial or just very awkward. I'm attracted to that in women.
So qualities that I have, you like.
No, I'm just saying how someone
Okay.
genuinely
Yeah,
acts.
I
Like
get
they
it, I
don't
get it.
try to like force it. I actually hate people that are like totally different when they like go to order their food. Like they're just like
compose
I'm like,
myself
What the fuck is
persona.
wrong? Yeah, but I find it attractive when someone is just who they are, genuinely.
Just 100%
Yeah.
them.
Like, yeah.
I gotta think about this one. This is a weird one for me.
The inner ankle.
When is the weirdest? Yeah. When the small of your back would just perfectly
when the small
That's
when
strange.
the back of your shirt is slightly damped.
That's so weird. Oh, it's too specific. I don't care for that.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I'm like, I don't know, like
In between the second and third toe.
so you're assuming physical thing.
I mean, I'm helping you
The
with
weirdest
your question.
thing you find attractive. I'm trying to think. I'm like, how? Okay, apply this to real life.
How brown now, cow?
How brown now, cow? I think
I guess just list things that you find attractive, and then we can kind of pick.
we can pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sense of humor. It's
Okay.
not weird.
Not weird.
Unless you have a weird sense of humor.
Which you do.
Interests. It's like,
That could be weird.
That could be
based on
weird.
the interests.
I mean, it kind of is a reflection on what I like too, though. So
which
it's like,
some would say are not the norm.
I think
You don't have to read the question 9 times. It's
I
not
know,
gonna
but I'm
make
just
it's
trying
not
to
gonna make
digest it
easier.
via the eyeballs. Weirdest thing you find attractive. Because it's weird. There's a fine line because you could be like,
It sounds like you have one,
tip over.
but it might not be weird.
it's not weird.
Then just say it.
It's just like I like when someone is really excited about something.
Passion.
Yeah,
Basically.
Well, I mean, like you don't even
Interest, like
have to
being
be
interested in
yeah,
something, but
and then like
100,
just
yeah.
seeing them be like
Yeah. No, I
know,
understand that. That's not weird, but
put that energy
but
out.
I guess it's weird for you.
I know it's not weird. That's why I'm struggling to think of
It's
a weird
fine.
thing.
If
But
that's
I
fine.
will say that for now.
We will say that. All right. That's your first one. Here is my first one. What makes you feel old?
What?
What makes you feel old?
Oh, I thought you said fueled. I was like,
Feel
food?
old. Feel old. Feel old. That's easy.
what?
The
makes you
inability
feel old?
to metabolize as quickly as I used to.
Oh,
Like eating like terrible food and like waking up the next morning and just like you know like having some pre-workout and going to work out. That's not how my body is now. I have to.
So that's your
like,
daily reminder.
If I drink, I must drink at least 72 ounces of water before I go to bed. At least. And like 6 ibuprofen.
Oh, really?
And I'll still feel
Damn.
no, like 2 or 3. I'm joking about the 6. 2 or
was
3,
like,
and that's
6?
sometimes if I really really need it. But then it's like I wake up and like terrible taste in my mouth, like just groggy. But then you like snort some caffeine and you're good. But yeah, metabolizing. Like I can't eat and drink how I used to.
Okay, so I will say, as a physical thing, I just kind of ache out of nowhere sometimes, like just random soreness.
Yeah.
Like,
Shooting pains.
yeah, I was just like, I didn't do anything. What happened? Like, oh
No,
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
ow.
but if we're
and then
talking,
it goes away.
yeah, but if we're talking about like in the world, just tell me about any younger person that I remember as an infant that is now not an infant. And then you're like, I remember when you weren't here. Like, I have a young cousin that is like about to graduate university.
I see. Okay.
And I'm like,
what?
I
remember
feel
when you
really
were telling me
old.
stupid jokes and thought you were
Yeah.
cool.
I remember when you just had like Gerber food just like drooling down your mouth. And I'm like, wow. I feel
So
this
other
makes me
people
feel,
make
yeah,
you feel.
other people can make you feel old
Yeah.
if you let it.
Yeah.
Let them.
Do it.
Yeah. But you're getting older regardless.
Yeah, I mean,
fine. There's nothing wrong with getting
At the end
older.
of the day, it's however you feel about it.
It's fine.
If you feel like it's controlling your life, then sucks to suck.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, sucks to be you. Go
Whatever.
ahead, Sam.
All right.
Number 2.
Next. This is a stupid question. If you were reincarnated as a famous landmark, which would it be?
I guess it has to be a landmark that is already a thing. A landmark, is that natural or
I would say you
not
can
like
include
a statue someone built? That's not a landmark. A landmark to me is like the Great White Cliffs of Dover. Like,
Sure.
it's natural. Are we saying natural?
I would say
The
default. I would say
Great Wall
natural.
of China is not a landmark because it was built
Right.
by slaves.
Okay, we'll do natural.
With slaves.
Naturally occurring.
I kind of want to put a terrible dark spin on this. The Great Barrier Reef, because it's dying.
Dead. It's pretty
basically
much dead at this point.
They're trying so hard to keep that thing alive by sinking ships and hoping that, but we've gone and ruined that. When Pokemon makes one of their water types into a ghost type, the Corsola, they made an evolution and it's a ghost water type, and everyone's like, oh, it's a dead coral.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. A real landmark, I don't know. Like, I don't even know most landmarks.
I'll give you some time. I'll just say I'll do, what is it? I don't even remember. The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon, that's
Because
a good
it's
one.
big and empty.
And empty. I'll
And
say the Coral Reef
occasionally
because I'm
people
dead.
die in there.
I'll say the Barrier Reef because I'm dead, and I've actually been there.
So both of us are just depressed.
Yeah, or cynical, I guess.
Cynical?
Yeah, that's okay to be cynical. Cynical people have the best sex. Anyways, Sam again with his stand refuses to.
No.
Yeah. All right, my second one. What is something you hate but you wished you love?
Something I hate, but I wish I loved.
I kind of have one, and Sam will relate, but I will let him go first.
But that would help me if you went.
Sam.
Something I hate, but I wish I loved.
Actually, I could say a couple things about this.
Just go ahead. I have to think about it.
Coffee.
Oh, okay.
People
That's fair.
just so rejoice over the actual smell and flavor of it, of like hot coffee, and I just I don't understand it. I hate it. I hate coffee. I do like the taste of coffee in beer, like cold. Cold brew's not bad. I'll give you that. Cold cold latte I can do, but it's just like hot coffee. People are like so like people have routines just to make like they spend like half an hour like no, it's gotta be fucking perfect. And I wish I had that. I mean, that love for coffee.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, coffee is a drug and should be illegal. But yeah,
says
the guy
man
who takes caffeine tablets.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want the bland one. I want it concentrated.
Hey, caffeine has been linked to losing weight if you take it in the morning before a workout. It is scientific fact. But most of you motherfuckers getting coffee in the morning aren't going to a workout.
I do.
I said most of you motherfuckers.
I'm a most of us. I'm most of the room. You're not outside of yourself.
You're not that fat.
I mean,
well, okay,
but I want to be. I want to be.
Fat. All right, Sam. What's something you hate but wished you love?
Something I hate but I wish I loved.
He's gonna say beer.
I was tempted. I'm like, I don't hate beer.
Yeah.
I just don't feel as strongly about it
as you don't like it as much
as
the show
other people would.
Should make you.
You know, being part of a show where that is
me that, and I'm the beard and beer.
I think we established that already. Fuck.
Me.
Something.
Can be like BTS or something.
But I like the group. No.
People.
I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna say country.
Music.
Yeah. Like so the way I kind of get over it right now, because like I don't really. I mean, like I guess I just don't feel very much anything about it, but like I know like musically there is, you know, if you're into it, there is like it can be rewarding. It's just the voices and stuff, like that style of like, especially if it's like related to like vocals, is like I can't take it very serious because it just seems, I'm like, do you really sing like that? It seems like you're putting, it doesn't seem real to me because it just seems like you're like, I've got an aesthetic and I'm singing to it.
Comedian and who like does the piano, Bo
Burnham.
Like he was in Parks and Rec and he was a country star.
Really?
Yeah, and like that, he was like an asshole, like country star, and like it was like, you know, just the scene. He's like making fun of the fact that country stars, you know, like. But he was talking like he was singing the same way. But it was just like, I agree with you. And I feel like, why is your voice like that?
Yeah, but it's strange because if I just hear like an instrumental country track, I'm like, I could dig this. It's like you know, like a softer kind of rock. It's although there's like, you know,
what's that band that kind of made country poppy?
There's a band.
Yeah, they like do banjo, but like.
Oh, are you talking country or are you talking folk?
It was like pop. I guess it was folk, like Americana. They kind of
like a Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, there we go. Like,
or I was going to say like a Lady Antebellum or like
or Lady A. You shouldn't call them Lady A.
They changed it.
They shouldn't call them Lady A because there's someone already named Lady A, and she's been called that and now Lady Antebellum is trying to sue this poor black woman who's been Lady A for years.
That's very unfortunate.
So fuck you, Lady Antebellum.
I didn't know we were going to do that here.
We're about to get sued.
But yeah, but country, I wish I could find a deeper appreciation for it.
I think anyone can be into music if you stripped all the vocals out of any music.
Yeah.
Like the music is probably decent enough to listen to.
Yeah, it would just kind of be like, I guess in my mind, kind of background.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to it, but I wouldn't change it if it was
like
on the radio or something.
It's like a soundtrack, but I agree with you. Country music is hard to listen to. And
from people of our background,
it's really silly to not being from that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like my pickup truck, my girlfriend left me.
And some of the imagery.
Got together, she left me again. Like drinking Bud Light. Like your life just sucks. You don't have to sing about it. Like. But then it's like, well, you listen to pop punk and they talk a lot about heartbreak. But I'm like, yeah, but everyone's been through heartbreak. Not everyone has a pickup truck or drinks Bud Light. And like, it's some of the music is just like a picture not worth painting.
All right, that's fair.
All right. Should I go?
Go ahead.
What do you think is the most unpleasant sounding word? That's a hard one.
Unpleasant sounding word?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting into vernacular. Grammar.
Unpleasant
Unpleasant.
sounding word.
An unpleasant sounding word. Now, is it just like a sound thing? Like you have like a reaction when you hear it, or is it just like
It's open.
what it brings to mind when you hear it?
Open-ended to you, but
Okay.
I would say sounding. Like you hear it and it's like, oh,
doesn't
that
sound
sounds-
pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like it makes you think something.
Like not like, hey, someone would yell apple at me while they beat me, and now I just hate the word apple. Not
Because
like
you
that.
associate. Yeah, not like that.
Not associate.
Okay. Just
I
straight
had to pick
sounds.
something really terrible just
Yeah, I was like,
to say
apple! Just fist going through my face. Like, oh, I can't.
I hate it.
I hate apples now.
It's like that what is it? That Pavlov dog
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
it's
that
just
response thing. Like, oh,
like in the
react.
office.
Yeah,
The
perfect.
computer shutting down. You want to outtake?
Holds his hand out. What are you doing? I don't know.
It tastes so awful. Sounding word, terrible sounding word, terrible. That's a really odd question.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't know grammar or words, actually, I barely know how to read.
How do you communicate?
I mean, do it pretty well, don't I?
I mean, enough to
get
fill the
by
void on a podcast for several
people,
many
to
several.
listen to,
Yeah, exactly.
listen to.
Unpleasant sounding word.
Schultz. No, that's a name though.
I was like, it's got to have a bunch of just like
Schultz doesn't sound xylophone.
xylophone.
No, because I'm picturing the word. It's got to be the sound
Just
of the word.
blank your mind. Just auditory.
Automatopoeia. I hate the sounding of that word.
Automatopoeia. I don't even know if I said
It's
it right.
so-
Auto.
It sounds so robotic and fake. It doesn't sound like a real word.
Okay.
Yeah, onomatopoeia. Because you have a cadence to how you say it too.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't- like know the cadence I'm talking about. Like when people, you can't say onomatopoeia.
You trying to seduce me?
Is it working?
Words.
Yeah, onomatopoeia. That's my word. Hate it. It sounds unpleasant too.
Unpleasant sounding word. Man, you would think I would have had like a string of these ready.
You have a large vocabulary.
That's why. Well, I don't want to take all day thinking of something,
Well,
but
now it looks like you're stupid.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm like, what's a big word I
What's
can
a
bust
word?
out? A gross sounding word.
Pus. That's pretty
Pus.
unpleasant.
Pustule.
Pustulio.
That's good. That's funny. That's a good pick.
Do you know where that's from?
I've heard it. What is it?
Invader Zim, where he gets a big fucking
Oh.
pimple, and then he like
That's gross.
he like mesmerizes people with it. But he's like, look at Pustulio. It's like he has a little suit on. He draws a face on him.
Damn it. Gross sounding word.
Unpleasant.
It's
but
the
I guess
same
you
to
can-
me.
Yeah, you
Unpleasant. I should just pick something.
Yeah, that's what you're doing and what we're waiting for. If we had ads, this would be the time to go into one.
Sponsored by.
Sponsored by Onomatopoeia Division,
It's fantastic.
a division of Alphabet Soup. Muck duck. Duck.
Unpleasant.
Murder.
What are some unpleasant sounding sounds? I like the. Yeah.
That's a pretty.
What is a word that has the sound?
Jaime.
That's a name.
Heimlich.
Oh, Heimlich. Heimlich could be.
Yeah, that's not.
I'll say Heimlich.
Is that? That's not a word. That's a name.
It is
named
a name
after
'cause it's
someone.
named after-
But you use it as the Heimlich maneuver.
Maneuver.
Which is in fact a word.
It
for
is.
something. A name for a maneuver.
Okay. Having not been able to think of much, I will settle for Heimlich because it's like there's just unpleasant sounding consonants, and then there's
Yeah.
opportunity for just.
The H is actually a JOKKXH sound.
Are you snarling at me right now? That's a good snort. All right.
All right.
Next.
Yeah, you.
All right. What's something that people think makes them look cool, but actually makes them look ridiculous?
What's a good way to describe all those like party bros? When you put your glasses backwards on your ears.
Oh, so it's like hanging behind your head?
That.
Do people think that looks cool?
Why would they do it?
Because it's out of your face, maybe? Or
But you do
why can't you just put it like up? Like,
here's the thing.
I don't understand.
You do it when you go inside or don't need them.
you could just put them away.
Yeah. That's my point. Just put them the fuck away. Don't
just
bring them in. Glasses are, beach, amusement parks, in your car. You get out of your car and aren't going to the beach or amusement park, they stay in your car.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, that I know those. I saw a bunch of bros like a month ago at a grocery store. They're like getting, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. It's like, oh, we gotta get like food for the barbecue. I'm like, you guys are 100% not vaccinated and 110% idiots. And they had a bunch of, all of them did it.
Interesting. Something that people think looks cool but doesn't look
Sam's
cool.
gonna pick like smoking or vaping.
It's bad for you. Stop. No, I'm
doing drugs.
What are you doing drugs? Put it down. Put it down right now.
Doing hookah's a drug.
It's bad. Your lungs are they're just gonna calcify, and then you're just gonna be dead. No, it's I don't care. Fucking smoke whatever.
It's a question.
I know.
Like,
what's something that people think makes it look cool, but actually makes it look ridiculous? Shit.
guys wearing rompers. That's another thing.
That's gross.
Yeah.
But there's no way they could think that looks cool. That's no.
I would hope they would just wear it to be ironic.
Don't do that. That's bad.
Don't be a coont.
Coont.
I'm trying to think for you, buddy.
I'm trying. This is weird. I'm like drawing blanks today.
Lifted trucks.
If
you don't need that for work, kill yourself.
But that's assuming I know something about this person. I'm thinking like strangers.
You just need to see them with like. It just says what's something that looks cool. You don't have to know them.
I mean, I guess.
Like people that do a lifted truck are compensating for little man syndrome.
I mean, it's just not my preference. So,
but it doesn't look cool anyways. Also, these companies spend money designing vehicles for someone just to come in and fuck the shit out of it by raising it. Mm-hmm. Like aerodynamically, you are ruining what these people spent their time and money on. I just don't get it. Yeah.
I was gonna say like face tattoos.
Do you think most people think they're cool? Or
I think if you are bold enough to get a face tattoo, then you probably think
tattoo,
yeah,
don't do it on your face because Sam thinks you're not cool.
I mean, like live your life, but
you just stopped everyone.
I did. Like all right, all of our listeners just left.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
we only.
I think like do whatever you want, but like
that's a good one.
It would turn me off from wanting to go out of my way to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, so this person probably has some interesting things to say that I have no interest in.
Yeah, if you're doing a face tattoo, don't just do like a little one or like.
I mean, if you're gonna get one, go all in.
No, that's what
don't
I'm saying.
Do like a little.
You should like do the whole. Yeah. Your face tattooed on your face,
facial hair, where your facial hair would be. Like, just make a big unibrow and then like outline of
and
like 5 o'clock shadow
hair out too.
On top of it. Oh. So then it's like outlining.
Yeah, so it looks even better.
I'll talk to that. Yeah, but like, don't get like I would
only talk to you because I wanted to see what is on your face.
What is that? Yeah. If you were to shave that, what would that look like? Let's this?
Find out.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. That's a weird one, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
My turn.
I find it attractive. No, go ahead.
What is something you get wrong almost every time you do it?
Something I get wrong every time I do it.
Mm-hmm. I have something. It's really weird and specific, but
do it.
I have the inability to cook pasta.
Oh, really?
like I'm and you can't see this, I'm doing quotation marks, but like the correct like cooking time. I don't like my pasta the way people cook pasta. I like it overcooked.
Overcooked.
Yeah.
Like the game.
Sure. But
Just
like
hustling around
like,
the kitchen, throwing stuff.
Like ramen overcooked to me is so good. Like it's like very soft and squishy, and you kind of don't even have to chew it. It just kind of like slides down your throat. So I have no way of knowing. To this day I don't know how it should feel when you're done. So Isabel does it. My wife does it because she knows what. I'm like, you should just cook the pasta because I'm gonna overcook it because I want it nice and soft. And she's like, no, it's supposed to be firm but soft. I'm like, that's literally impossible. Pick one adjective.
One. Okay. Something I never get right. I don't know. On this show, I feel like when I'm supposed to know something, like especially if it's like a topic we're covering, and then I'll like throw out a suggestion for whatever reason in the moment. I think more often than not, I kind of give out misinformation sometimes. Like, do you remember when we were doing our music episodes and I was throwing out like composer stuff? I totally just like
I don't know. I remember.
I like misattributed certain songs to the wrong people. And I'm like, that wasn't right. Like,
okay.
I'll know it in my head, but it'll get muddled up sometimes when I.
So you don't think before you say.
Sometimes, like
I don't think you get that all the time.
I don't
this
think
is something
enough.
you get wrong every time.
Something I get wrong every time.
This is not something you get wrong sometimes. All right, Sam, give yourself a teeny bit of credit.
Teeny bit of credit.
Teeny bit of credit.
I feel
would
like
say anytime describing beer because you kind of just piggyback off what I say.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, sure. Yeah, a thing that I
will
have
say
no
that because that's what I know. Like I sometimes don't want to say anything,
Yeah.
but I know Sam's gonna be like,
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know
me,
what
David.
I don't know what words to describe this
But
with because it
thing-
all really tastes the same. to me.
Sam needs to realize that that's okay, and he just needs to say.
I'm
what
like,
he
I just go
thinks.
like, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
not-
bad every time.
This is
That's
one of
so
my
boring.
cash beers. Never drinks it ever again.
Because the only
exactly.
times I'm drinking
This
is when
is
I'm
the
here.
only time he
So
drinks.
I would, if I were
if
a
I
drinker.
cared enough to drink,
Yeah, okay,
David,
we'll do
Some
that.
of us are Christian. good
Sometimes I don't
Christians.
have enough words to describe things well.
There you go.
Okay.
Describing things.
But it's good in here. Like I know in my
it's fine.
head, it's just saying out
we
loud.
hope it's good in there.
Okay.
Go for your last one, right?
I have two.
Okay, go.
All right.
Because we have 2 minutes.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I jokingly said rice when Sam read this the first time.
That's like a featured food. I'll say pizza.
I'll say pizza too.
All right, pizza.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
no-brainer.
Lightning round.
What's something weird that you recommend everyone tries at least once? Smoking.
Smoking?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Smoking, when I first started smoking, it was like, this is gross. But then I was like, wow, this is chemically like chilling you out. It's like super relaxing when you're like, long day, have a beer and smoking. Ugh. So good.
Really?
Smoking.
Okay.
I just ruined a bunch of people's lives.
Yeah, exactly. Karaoke. Do karaoke.
Don't just go. Do it. Like,
Do it.
Get up
like,
there.
Like get in front of people, grab that microphone,
There's one
do
song
a
you
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go up at least once. Once in your life.
Right
just
now,
try
probably not a great idea.
it. In your life, not this month. Not
Because
this. Yeah, exactly.
Touching microphones now is going to be such a big deal. And
It's fine. All right. Last one. What's the funniest thing you've seen a kid do?
did you have 5 or 6?
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 5.
Okay. What was it?
What's the funniest thing you've seen a kid do?
To me, funniest thing, fall.
Oh, no. It's always fun. I mean,
Yeah,
it's sad to say, but it's fun.
Funny, but it's just like literally that's all you have to like not do is walk. It's like that, yeah. How do you not? Yeah.
When I was young, we had some family friends over, and they brought their kids, and one just picked up a piece of dog poop in the backyard and just threw it,
Nice.
like barehanded, like at
Brave
like,
man.
yeah, I was like, we were just laughing because then after he 30, he went to go pick it up again.
We said kids, not
yeah,
men.
no, it was a kid. It was a child. He was walking around in a diaper. That was pretty funny.
That's cool. All right, so poop throwing and falling are the funniest things.
Highbrow comedy. That's what we
You can't get
aim
better
for.
content than this. And on that note, thank you for listening to Pod Deck Mini number 8 interview.
Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.